Hey guys, this is Sean. Thanks for clicking onto my channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend. Happy Monday. For a lot of people, this is going to be a short week. Of course, unless you're in retail or hospital or police or fire. This may not be a short week for you. It might be business as usual or overtime. You know, the holidays brings a lot out of the people. So if you have a short one, that's fine. Looking forward to hopefully you spending time with your family and friends. So this is Nonstop November. I realized late last night I did not do a video, so I'll have to make one up. But happy Monday. So I wanted to show something. First of all, I'm annoyed. Like I have an appointment to go to, so I have about 15 minutes. So I thought, okay, great. I gotta make deposits. I'll do a video and upload it. So I'm in the parking lot, shopping area, and I'm out of the way. Like I'm in a parking spot, but I'm out of the way. And this guy has pulled up. He's not even in a parking spot. He's just pulled up and he's parked. So his car is facing mine. And I'm thinking, really? You had to do that? You just had to park right here in front of me? I mean, I did this so that I would be out of the way and people aren't staring at me, you know, as I'm talking. But okay, we're not going to stop the show. So I wanted to show you something that I picked up over the weekend. And when I went to get my eyebrows done, thank God the guy left. So I like the NYX lip gloss and, you know, lip products. And so they have a new one. I've never seen it before. And it's called NYX Liquid Suede. Liquid Suede. And this one is called Club Hopper. Let's see. Club Hopper, NYX. And the neat thing about it is that it has a longer stick to it. But what's really neat, because I like matte lipstick, it goes on like a lip gloss. It goes on wet like a lip gloss. And then it dries and feels like a lipstick. So it's wet like a lip gloss and it dries like a lipstick. It dries and you have the texture of a lipstick. This one, I wanted something that was close to my skin tone. So it's a dark, it's a brown with a kind of a berry hue to it. So I like it. So maybe if you are in Ulta or wherever they sell NYX, you can try it out. Okay, so I don't have really much to talk about because I really didn't prepare. However, I figured so I'm not rambling, I have some notes. So I finally watched Married to Medicine Saturday, and I've decided that Dr. Simone irks me. She irks me. She irks my soul. There's a scene, I guess, that from carrying over from last week where Dr. Simone was in Dr. Contessa's face and yelling and putting her finger in her face. And, you know, it's funny. I mean, I realize it's a show and I realize that it's women of a particular age. But, you know, you got to be careful what you're doing and to a person, you know, their background. Because, like, I'm a New Yorker, and it's fighting words to be pointing your finger in someone's face. It's like you're ready to do Mortal Kombat. Now, I'm not saying for those women to fight. However, you're provoking. You're provoking a very aggressive gesture, and unless you know exactly how that person's going to respond, it's not necessarily recommended. And she's yelling, so you know. And of course, Bravo was shady. They showed clips. Like Dr. Simone, alcohol, a boat, and heat and the view is not, it doesn't mix well. She was combative. And again, you know, they're bringing this thing up about Contessa being out for 3 weeks. For one, I realize it's a show, but really, I mean, I have a group of ladies that I hang out with. Is it really far-fetched that you wouldn't see somebody for 3 weeks in general? In general. And Contessa, I know, is not going to give Toya that much power, being that she was avoiding meeting with the ladies because she didn't want to run into Toya. Dr. Contessa doesn't come across to me as someone that is going to hide because she's got an issue with somebody. But Scott tried to go in and save her. Simone yelling at Scott, Dr. Scott. Dr. Simone yelling at Dr. Scott. And, you know, Eugene had to school him, you know, this is your second season and y'all man, you know, had held back. But, you know, he was trying to tell them not to get in women's business. Now, I would say that's probably a good idea, especially if you're not sure what you're going to get from that. But I don't know. It just seemed like it was far-fetched. So then she goes over the top with the yelling, and then she's, you know, she's talking like this. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm like, Contessa. Now, Contessa got upset. She started crying. But I know when I start crying out of frustration, I'm ready to fight. Like, if I get to the point where I'm crying or I feel like I'm going to cry, it means I'm getting ready. I'm getting physical. Not necessarily physical. I'm gonna fight you, but you know, I'm either it's be fight or flight. So push me out of the way, or you know, I'm gonna have to remove myself because I'm gonna get that angry. So, you know, I just thought that was strange. You know, Dr. Simone irks me. I don't like her temperament this season. I don't like how, you know, she feels that, you know, I'm tired of all the BS because of the way people want to handle their situation. You know, you don't get to choose how people handle their situation. You know, just like Quad, you know, for one, Quad probably doesn't want to get what she was getting because she wasn't nice with Lisa from previous seasons. And, you know, maybe that's the way she handles things. Let me digest them and see what's going on before I hit the ladies. And maybe she just didn't want to deal with the BS. And I can understand that too. You know, Dr. Simone was much nicer on this episode with Quad. You know, much more thoughtful and empathetic, you know, to her situation. But you don't get to run people how they choose to respond and deal with their own lives. That's crazy. And with Dr. Contessa, I'm like, why is it once again we are not using, you know, this is obviously her storyline. And, you know, Dr. Jackie's gone through it. I'm just not understanding why there isn't more empathy about her condition, about, you know, understanding that the nature of the surgery, everybody takes their own time to heal. Everybody, you know, psychologically, it can take a toll, which can also affect your physical. I don't know. It bothers me that a bunch of doctors, women doctors, especially they're in the field of gynecology and women's health, why they're jumping on Dr. Contessa's case. 3 weeks. I don't know. I mean, I've never gone through it, but I would think if she bounced back after 3 weeks, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good for the radical surgery. Don't forget, she got, you know, her breasts removed and then she got them augmented at the same time. I know a lot of women, when they get the augmentation, you know, especially depending on how it was done, you know, it takes a lot out of them physically. So I'm not understanding why they're on her case. But I guess you got to have something to keep going. One of the things that was you obviously know that you obviously realize they don't have that kind of dynamics, because Contessa was really upset with Simone calling her a bitch, and she's like, that's my word. Well, you know, you got to know who you're talking to. Like, I'm not that friend that people call a bitch, or we go back and forth with that word. That's not me. And my friends know that, so we don't kid around like that. So if that's not the way you have your rapport with each other or your banter with each other, more than likely that person is going to take it as an insult, a threat, or something very aggressive, confrontational. Especially when she was yelling at her, getting on her case, telling she's a victim, and then she's, spewing this kind of stuff. So, take it for what it's worth. I know women do that, and I have friends that do that with each other, but I don't have that relationship with other women that I hang out with. We don't call each other that. So again, you have to know who you're dealing with and having a relationship with them. And they obviously don't have that kind of relationship. Then I was watching some clips. I saw let me talk about this, and I'll probably save the other thing for later. I saw the Bondi Blue show, and she was doing a review on Ready to Love, and I was really, really interested. Like, goodness, I did not know. I know it's bad because I hear from a lot of ladies from the ATL, but when they did, it's a dating show of young black professionals from, I think something like the age of 34 to 45, looking for love, men and women. And it's a dating show, and nephew Tommy is the host, and I had no idea the ratio was so bad. Like, what woman would want to go to Atlanta single? The ratio of female to male is 20-1. Finding a straight relationship. And they said, what do you find? One of the questions was, what is the holdback that's hard to date in Atlanta? Finding a straight man. Men have way too many options, so they play around. And the women that are out here doesn't mind playing second chair, third chair. They don't mind being the other woman. And so it's hard to have a monogamous, mutually exclusive dating relationship, because you may be wanting to be exclusive, but men know they have options. And if you don't want to have a casual relationship, they can still find a woman where they don't mind being the second girl. They don't mind being the side piece. They don't mind being the casual dater, knowing that you have a main girl or, an exclusive relationship. I was like, ooh, I don't even know what I would do now. I live in Indiana, so it's a completely different situation as far as dating. I know that if something happened to my husband, I'd probably just die an old maid. Just, because, I just don't see dating the same way as I did. I was in my 20s when I dated, and the way things are now with dating and how people approach dating and online dating, I just don't know. And I've never dated something I didn't already have some kind of relationship with, that was platonic. Every person I've ever dated, I already knew them. And from whether it was a work relationship, we were in some kind of organization together. So I already knew this person on a social level, on a friendship level, in a non-romantic, non-sexual way. So it kind of morphed and gravitated to, transition to that. But I don't know what I would do. And I would not encourage a woman that wants to find love in Atlanta 20-1. That is crazy. And then you see how the guys act and how the women act, and it's an interesting show. I think I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to review it, but if something, pops out to me, the same stereotypical stuff, because it's all black couples. The women are strong, the men aren't, being very forthcoming, they're holding back. Some of the women feel offended by the men because they say, you're intimidating or you're strong. I hate that word. You're so independent. Well, what are you supposed to be at 39 and 45? You better be independent. You better be independent at that age, right? So that's all I have for Nonstop November. Take care of yourself and each other. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.